What is up, and welcome back to the Life Unlimited coaching channel. This is Coach Kayla, and I'm coming at you with a topic that came up because I was actually talking to a current client about her program. Okay, now just kind of this. So it came up because I was talking to a particular client, but this conversation is not unique by any means whatsoever. And so this conversation has come up multiple times, countless times as I've been a coach. And I titled this Managing Expectations because there's a few different types, I guess, or areas, I don't know what the word is. There's expectations that you need to manage, okay? When you're entering a program, especially a health and fitness program, okay? Because oftentimes, especially if you are coming from the space of doing quick fix diets and you're used to dropping 10 pounds in 2 weeks and, doing the starvation diets and all that stuff, jumping into a lifestyle coaching program like ours can be kind of an adjustment when you're used to losing 10 to 15 pounds in a month, and a good month, a decent month, predictable, not surprising, but good month in our program would be like a 4 to 6 or less pound loss in a month. Okay. So I was talking to a client and she felt like she wasn't seeing the results that she wanted to do. And she's been at this for 6 months and she's only down, I think she said 18 pounds. Okay. So, if you do the math on that, it's about 3 pounds a month. And we had a good chat, but this happens all the time, and not just in health, but we do it in business, we do it in life. Like, by the time I'm 30, I'm supposed to be married with 3 kids and have a house, or, do you know what I mean? Like, we have all these expectations that we have for ourselves and timelines that we put on things, and they're completely arbitrary and they're silly, and I've talked about this before. But the point of a program like ours, or at least most of the programs, at least how they should be, is that what we're teaching you how to do is not to do a diet for 6 months or a year, but we're teaching you how to live. We're teaching you how to live, and we're figuring out the way that you specifically want to live when it comes to your overall health. Okay? When I say we are helping you create a lifestyle, that's what I mean. We're changing your life in a way where you become someone else and you create new habits that you didn't have before. Does that make sense? So when someone comes to me and they say, I've only lost 18 pounds and it's been 6 months, the result and how long it's been taking is irrelevant, because what we're creating is a process that she's going to do for the next forever. Does that make sense? And if we're not creating a process that she can do for the next forever, then we're doing it wrong. Okay? And that's what we talked about, was like, well, do you enjoy the process? Are you enjoying the workouts? Do you feel like you can eat without guilt? Are you making better, smarter choices naturally when you are in social situations? All of that stuff. And she answered all of those things with yes. And so in my mind, we're winning, right? No, she doesn't have 6-pack abs yet. But that's not the point, okay? The point is we're creating the process that she can live with forever. Does that make sense? So that's one thing, is oftentimes we create these expectations because we are coming from the space of like, oh, lose 25 pounds in 6 months, or 25 pounds in 12 weeks, or whatever. And yeah, that would be great and fantastic, and it happens. But that's not the point. The point is, can you do what we are currently doing forever, right? So recognize that expectations like that are completely arbitrary and you've literally pulled them out of nowhere, okay? Literally. Like the whole lose 1 to 2 pounds a week thing is, who came up with that? Who came up with it? Do you know? Me neither. Like, it's irrelevant. I haven't lost weight. I haven't lost weight in like a year. And I look completely different. Completely different. Because weight's irrelevant. So, like, that's a whole nother conversation. But what I'm saying is, when we make these weight loss expectations, they're just silly, okay? Because the point of the whole program, at least it should be, is not to lose weight. It's to create a lifestyle that you can live with forever, okay? I think I've made that point clear. The other thing that you need to do when you enter a program is you need to manage your expectations in how you're behaving and whether or not your current behavior is actually getting you the results that you want, okay? For instance, oftentimes I will talk to people and they will say, yeah, I tried tracking my calories. It didn't work for me, okay? And my follow-up question is always, okay, tell me, on a scale of 1 to 100, 1 being you didn't track anything, and 100 being you literally weighed every single morsel of food you consumed to the gram, placed it, put it in MyFitnessPal, and then ate it. Okay? That's the scale. And oftentimes they'll tell me, probably like 70%, 80%. Sometimes they'll be generous and say 90, okay? The problem is, when it comes to fat loss, food is everything, okay? It's 90% of it, okay? It's a very high percentage of it. And so, and the sad thing is, if you want predictable, guaranteed, look in the mirror, put on your pants, all the stuff, and notice the changes immediately and effective and like quickly, you need to be 100% or very, very close to 100% on. Like I'm talking like 98, 99% of the time, you are on point, okay? The problem is most people can't do that. That's not a realistic thing, okay? But when you're getting 90%, you'll still get results. You'll still get decent results. It's not going to be fast. It's not going to be, really, it's going to take time, okay? Once you get lower than that, 85%, 80% gives you exactly 0 results. And that's what sucks, is most people can be consistent about 80% of the time. Because oftentimes they're doing some crash diet where they decided, I'm going to eat 1,250 calories for the next 6 months. And that's what we're going to do because I'm going to lose weight. You can't do that. I'm sorry. It's not realistic. Okay? Nobody can do that. If anybody can do it longer than 2 or 3 weeks, I would be surprised. Okay? Or they have a mental disorder, and I'm not kidding. All right? Like 100% on track at 1,250 calories for 3 whole weeks in a row, a normal person. Okay? Like take bodybuilders out of the equation because they're athletes. I'm talking about like a mom who's trying to work a job and live her life and take care of her kids. The likelihood of her sticking with a 1,250 calorie diet for 3 weeks straight, 100% on track, I can probably honestly say I've never seen it done. Because it's not realistic. Okay? It's just not. We're not designed to eat that many calories. But what I'm saying is, when you have this expectation that tracking my calories is going to give me results, you need to be realistic in you need to be truthful with yourself about how consistent and how accurate you're actually being. Does that make sense? And then in that turn, you need to manage your expectations. If you're only doing 75%, 80% of the work, why would you get 100% of the result? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You might get 75%. That's going to be a heck of a lot slower than 100. Because it's exponential. It's exponential. Anyway, those were just a couple topics that came up when I was talking to my clients, and I thought it would be valuable for everybody else here, if you have questions about the program, you are more than welcome to comment. I will get back to you ASAP. Another thing is we have if you, it should, well, click the link that I drop somewhere, okay? On our website, you can grab a free recipe guide and then join the Facebook group. And we do free challenges all the time, and we'd love to have you in the community. And let me know if this was valuable. And don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends, and